Alfred of Wessex seeks to unite the Isles under one banner.
Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Thrones of Britannia. So, our invasion into Northumbria and their lands is going... Well, it's actually called the Danelaw at this point. So, our invasion into the Danelaw at this point is going quite well. And right now, we're going to go into this siege. And hopefully after that, we'll chase down some armies here. And we will be on our way to conquering all of the Danelaw lands, and within Alfred's lifetime make him King of England. Right, so my confidence goes right out the window, as apparently the enemy was able to bypass a number of armies. So they were able to bypass the army over here, and more importantly they were able to bypass the army up here, and so they're able to rally 3 armies, 3 full stacks, against my 1 full stack under the command of Athelwald, which I believe is, this must be the, one of the oldest generals I have, because he looks hella old, and I think it's the one, if I'm not entirely mistaken, it's the one that has been following Alfred since the start. This is not good. There's a 5,000 man army coming against our 2,500. And take a look at the ground here, which we're going to fight on. Yeah, it's basically the same place we always fight on, seemingly. No big features whatsoever in hills. I don't know. I mean, I could retreat. But Alfred just gave the order, not one step backwards. Let's go ahead and fight in Snottingham, shall we? Let's kill these bastards. Right, the enemy has decided to fight us in quite shitty weather, which I think will actually help us, as I think troops tire more quickly in rain. So they will have to march through heavy rain to actually get to us. And it's kind of good with this game, because it actually tells you where the enemy reinforcements are coming from. So we know that there's one going to come right over here, which I'm going to be able to insta-kill as soon as they walk in, and that's going to make it a lot easier for me to defeat the others. So that's what we're going to do. The cavalry, however, since there's a small army that attacked us of 4 units, I think the cavalry can probably kill them off on their own. I send the cavalry in the mailed axe longmen. They have 1 fully geared spear unit that we need to take out, so I think the axemen can do that. However, over here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have the spearmen. I think what we'll do is we'll move them forward once they try to go in, form shield wall, and then I have the swordmen coming in from the flanks, or maybe just cover. I have the spearmen, or the spear throwers, and I think those are going to be really useful in this match, or at least in this sort of where I'm gonna try to kill this army off as quickly as possible, as we'll lock the enemy on our front line, and we'll be able to flank with the spear throwers on the flanks, and in that way get around the shield and just slaughter them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this. And the troops is gonna start coming through here pretty soon.
Before our superior numbers.
Or maybe they're gonna come through some other place first, which I didn't count on. So this army is actually the one that's gonna reinforce before the one coming out over here, which definitely does not work. Do not work with my plan. However, this small force we can strike and kill. Right, so we need to rethink this. That didn't work at all. And now my army is actually put in a really bad spot. Because if we fight around here, then they're gonna get reinforcements coming in from over here. They're gonna combine these two full stacks. God damn it. This just became a whole lot worse. Right, let's see. We'll have to turn and start facing these guys immediately anyways. There's nothing much to do about it. And also, yes, these are the Borg Slayers. Let's see here.
Horsemen, get them! Ready, strike now!
Gonna ride around and get these guys.
Strike now!
Get the long mailed axemen. Gonna get the spearmen. We get rid of that little unit to start off with anyways. And a few bowmen and stuff. Right. This is going to be difficult. Let's try to avoid spearmen as much as possible.
See, they flee before our might.
And try to save as much of the cavalry as possible, while at the same time killing these bastards. Come on then! Stand and fight us, right. We contacted with the unit over there. I don't think the spearmen are gonna be able to do very much against our superior force there. I'll go ahead and get the Danelaw archers. Got some other archers there, but we're gonna just try to stay away from them as much as possible. And instead, we're probably gonna need to go ahead and help. Ah, goddamn it! Units are taking fire, which is not great. Let's see if I can get these guys from hammer and anvil. Might be enough to force these guys to retreat. Looks like the spearmen are not doing that well. They're quickly just falling apart in terms of numbers. We'll be able to win over there. Over here we have lost a few, but not that many of our troops. And right now it's actually taking a little bit too long, I think, for my men to get in order here. And they have decided to attack us.
Our general is under attack.
And also, I need my cavalry over here now.
Where did they come from? Spearmen! Javelins! Spearmen!
Javelins.
Awaiting orders! Making ambushed! Spearmen! Spearmen! It shall be!
God damn it, let's see. We're gonna see about if I can get a flank with these. Get around the enemy force. Get those bloody archers, or those cavalry units. Gonna get the spear throwers around, attack the enemy in the back. See if I can get the... Probably can get the general through there and come to their aid and attack.
The enemy general is dead!
I think that was probably the general over here that died. Is there another general?
Get them!
It's actually not going too well, but at least they'll hold up the enemy for a bit. Okay, troops here on the flank. Block these, and I want you to attack over here.
The heart has gone out of our men.
And then the spear throwers will be thrown into these guys. And the horsemen ride back. Attack over there. The general will move around and attack over here. So the spear throwers, yes. Broke these. Let's see if we can help out over here. It's not going too well. We're gonna get these guys back before they completely die. We've got some good hits over here. This unit not doing too well, and it's gonna get completely almost overrun there. See, the general is gonna come in on the flank. Embolden. Yes, that sounds great. Nice. My mailed things are attacking javelin men and archers, cornered against the end of the map. We got more men coming in on the flank over here. It's going to be hard to try and block the enemy coming in here. See if I can get the javelin throwers in over here. Maybe throw some at the enemy. General. And those reserve units being thrown in. Once that unit's gone, we can move these guys in. See, cavalry, they were able to just be able to get at those enemy units. We're gonna swing around, get the archers. Spear. The javelin men. Got a great spot to throw in here. We're surrounding this area. You're down over there. That's nice. Okay, don't chase the archers. Go in around there. More men over here. We've got the horsemen. Now gonna go for these archers. Gonna sweep away on the outer corners here. Try and get as many as possible. Let's see, we got some great throws here. Got some more great throws coming in. I'm gonna tell all men, in fact, to drop the to sort of hold ground thing. Got mass rout going on here. Gonna move up the enemy, or move up the enemy. We're gonna move up against the enemy. Doing really good over here. We're able to corner the enemy. Continue to chase down these archers. And surprisingly, it seems to be going pretty well. You're gonna move to throw there. You guys gonna move to throw there. Gonna use his ability again and rally. And as you can see, a lot of enemy troops are retreating at this point. My cavalry is not doing that well. They had a hard time just fighting these bloody archers, and it looks like my cavalry is going to get killed off, which is not that good, because I have many times, or in previous battles, or in previous campaigns, I've ended up in a position where I had where I basically lost because the AI kited me so badly. They kited me so badly. So at this point, we have 1,100 men. They have 1,600 men. So it's not that bad. I can definitely say at this point. It's not as bad as in the beginning. We're definitely changing the number. The thing is, though, we've got a lot of troops coming in here, possibly. This one is giving up. I need to push through this to help out these two. Or are they sending in more troops from over here? How many Out of the count. God damn it.
Our men have rallied. Quick march.
Well, spearmen. Just go ahead and leave at this point. This is not a good. This is not a good situation right here. That I've got so many men sort of locked up in this. Nice. We managed to end that. Well, what can I say?
Our men have turned tail and run.
What can I say?
Awaiting orders. See, they flee before our might. Annihilate them. Get them. On the double.
What can I say?
Hit hard.
There's not a lot to say. We just fight to the end. And we try to slaughter as many of the enemy as possible. We're down to 600.
They are leaving the field.
600 men on our side. There's 1,300 enemies at this point.
Enemies beware.
Enemy cavalry coming in the flank. I want you to push through. Push through here. Get at the enemy. I don't really have the troops anymore to push into flanks and stuff like that. Any fancy maneuvers. Can I get rid of this one? I can actually push the spearmen around and aid, but the thing is they've got a lot of javelin men and stuff, and there's no way my troops are gonna have the stamina to try and chase those guys down. So we're looking at, I'm pretty sure the enemy is going to win just by that shitty maneuver. Spearmen, I really need them to pounce at the enemy over here. The general's ability seems to have been really bloody useful. They've sent in archers and crap. At the same time, the enemy keeps doing those charges, which is not that great.
Ready.
We've got a rally coming up. Rally, rally, rally. Make sure that everyone stands. Look, it's kind of a mass rout on the enemy side. Can I get these bloody axemen gone? I need this one. Just give it that little extra and we can actually win this. We're down to less than 300 men. The enemy is 700.
Ready.
A lot of the Northumbrian troops are falling apart at this point.
Our general has fallen. Battle awaits us.
He has fallen. Damn.
See, they flee before our might.
And we were so close. They're down to 400. There's 400 enemies left.
To victory!
And there's 200 of us and there's 400 enemies left.
Sent for war! Hit hard! Awaiting orders! Spearmen! Chains!
So close. But yet so far.
Battle awaits us! Sent for war!
All their bloody melee units are gone. It's just their shitty archers and crap. It's gone. It's over now. My troops giving way. And
All hope is lost.
Valiant defeat. One of the few defeats of this campaign. Damn. Damn your eyes, sir. Well, as it says, valiant defeat. We deployed 2,500 men against the enemy's 5,000. And we came within... We were so close. The general hadn't died. If I actually had my... If I had my cavalry left to actually chase some of these. Maybe if I didn't have the spear throwers, if I had archers instead. Who knows? Anyways, it was a valiant defeat. Let's see if we can't. I do have 2 armies close by that should be able to mop up the remnants and take the town. But damn, this was not nice. The guy was 80 years though, 80 years old, so he was gonna die anyway. So he might as well die with honor on the field of battle. But still, any defeat really stings. Right, let's go back to the campaign map. Right, here we have the statistics of the Borg Slayers. I believe the army is mostly going to be, I guess, completely destroyed. Not many units are going to survive from this, unfortunately, but you can see the casualty rates and stuff. And I guess me placing so close where the enemy was actually going to come in maybe changed where they actually moved in to the field. The battle was over though in 15 minutes, which seemed... this battle seemed like it took a lot longer. As we can see, we deployed 2,500. We lost more or less everything except 250 men roughly that survived. And we killed 4,000 enemies, so out of that 5,000 man army that the enemy deployed, about 1,200 remained. Hopefully quite a few of these generals and stuff died during this battle. And you can see some of their rates, kill rates on some of my men. We've got the things up to 400 for a lot of them. So very nice. Cavalry, not so much. You would think they would get higher rates of kill just riding down the enemy. But I guess then, I mean, they didn't perform that well against... I guess there was so many archers to the area where they rode into that that was causing a problem. General took down 420 men before he died. Only 10 of his bodyguards survived. We'll see what's left of this army, but I can only imagine a handful of units still remain out of the 20 stack unit. Right, so only 2 units survived, and it was too bloody. So the only reason the army is going to still be alive is due to those 2 levied javelin men. This army completely died. This general died. Lots of his units died. This general died. Not so many of his units died, so I guess this was the last army that we fought. This general actually did manage to survive, but as you can see, most of his units died. So I think this should be quite easy for my men to overrun. Since it's not my turn, I'll go ahead and just click end here, and I'll get back to you guys once the campaign turner is over. Oh, so you know what? It's not yet over. That army up in the north, somehow, I mean, even further north up. Let's see if I can I spin around? No, I can't. It was further up north anyways. Somehow that one rides straight down, goes straight through the town and everything, and is able to attack us here. And this army has actually been in a battle already. Lost about 500 men, so it's 2,000 versus a full stack army, and then the remnants of the other armies. This one doesn't seem... This one... it's the garrison, I imagine. And then 2 of the armies gonna supply him with about 2,000 men. So, in a lot of sense, it's a similar battle. This time around, I'll have to really put in some work to make sure that I don't lose 2 full stack armies in one turn. With that said, let's go ahead and fight this battle, shall we? Right, one of the things that is like it's sent from God really, is the fact that this is a river battle, and that's gonna help me so much. Gonna move up, and we're gonna hold them off with one spear unit, and we're gonna try to just tire them out, force them all to sort of congregate here, and eventually, I mean, now victory seems a lot closer at this point. A lot closer. This is gonna change, this is gonna change a lot, in fact. Okay, the enemy is shooting a lot of arrows. Get into shield wall. Shield wall doesn't really look the same when they've got these shields. Let them waste their arrows. So that's what they're gonna start off doing. They're gonna just pelt us with arrows. Now they probably do have more arrows and more archers and stuff than us, but I have enough troops to hold this. I mean, I only need to hold this little part here, and I've got plenty of spearmen and troops to back this up, to hold this. And once they actually try to decide to cross the bridge, is when I can move up my archers and shoot at them from the side and get them that way. Don't tell these guys though that they're kind of being sacrificed at this point. Incoming! Are you gonna march over, or are you gonna stand there all day? Are they waiting for the pitiful reinforcements? It's really important, I guess, that they're waiting for these guys. These tiny units. The damned Vikings slew one of my armies. I'll be damned if they do it again. I guess I'll come back to you guys once they actually decide to try to cross the bridge. Can't sit here and watch this all day. Right, and here they come. Sending in the horsemen first. Gonna make sure that we don't let these guys get through by having my spearmen deal with them. We're gonna boost the guys up front to make sure that they hold. They did suffer a lot due to all those archers pelting them. We're gonna have the other spearmen ready to support the front line once it actually breaks, which it might very well do given the amount of troops. I mean, I wish I had a catapult to fire at those guys. Let's see if I can get the archers in to get some good flanking shots here. Gonna try to stay away from the range of the enemy archers. And allow them to start firing into that. It's become basically, the closer I go, the lower the FPS goes, because it's so cramped up there. They've cramped in everyone. I guess maybe if I go slow-mo, it might go better. Only barely. Jesus Christ, that guy got a lot of arrows in him. Probably getting a lot of good flank shots in here. And so far I've lost about 100 men. And the enemy is coming closer to having lost 200. So we can definitely say it's working right now. But it's a bit shame that I can't go close and look at this. I guess the archer's focusing in on the scout horsemen because they have lost tons of men. Okay, make sure that I use this ability here of the general to increase the fighting power of the infantry, as this ability gives them gives him, let's see, 9+ attack against infantry, which is pretty good. So I keep giving that to these men. Looks like we have a unit trying to kind of come in through here, which we don't want. Make sure that those guys don't get through. And if you remember what I did last time in a bridge battle, basically what I'm doing is I'm sitting here waiting until all the men are tired. Then I can pull the spearmen back, and then we can have the swordmen come in and attack them. We've actually got some enemy archers firing at this smaller unit, which I don't want. We have a few. I mean, we are shooting down some of the troops. Some of the units that don't have some of the units that doesn't have that great defense against arrows. We are receiving a bit of enemy bow fire, and I'm gonna try to make sure the archers stay alive for as long as possible, so I can basically shoot all the arrows. I'm gonna have to move these guys a bit back. I have sent away quite a few enemy units, and right now it's looking as though I've lost about 200 men and the enemy has almost lost 800. So they're definitely not doing too well, the enemy. We're gonna see, we're gonna even it out a little bit more. Right now they're in an advantage of about 1,000 men, or actually 900 men. I want to get closer to even numbers before I actually let them through. And this time what I think I'm gonna do is we're gonna have 3 units on this side, 3 units on this side, spearmen retreating directly back, these guys attacking up like that. We can have the cavalry then sweep through the middle, which I think is probably a good plan. Okay, target the enemy archers then, bastards.
Archers on the double.
You don't have to go that close, do you?
Don't hold back.
They don't actually have that many archers firing back at us. See if I could get rid of quite a lot of those. We have another unit that's given up. Danelaw Axemen. They seem to have quite the problem with their Axemen. At this point, I mean, we're closing in. We're definitely closing in on on the numbers that I want to see. I wonder if I could hit the general. I think he's actually on foot. Such a... Oh, what's this? Where did you come from? Did I forget to move you here?
One of our units has used its ammunition.
Okay, the little unit. You can move away then. We have killed quite a few archers. But it's not archers that we want to kill. I wonder, this does not give... Base damage actually is reduced. Reload time is increased. The only bonus of using fire arrows is it's good against cavalry. It does reduce morale though. 4 minus morale. But it's probably more useful to actually kill people than to reduce morale at this point. Do we have some weaker units we can fire at? Great Axemen. Definitely a unit we want to target. So I think it's time we start to set up for that plan. I'm gonna have 3 here. 3 here. We're gonna get this guy in there. Gonna get somewhere in here. Gonna make sure that everyone is just gonna attack. Keep attacking, just chasing them down. Get the axe guys up there. Gonna move the general back. So at this point you can see the spearman line is very much thinning out. And the enemy is gonna get through. We're running out of we're not archers. Well, that too, but we're running out of arrows. So it's high time, I think, to try and pull these guys back. Gonna tell them to toggle guard mode. None of them are still stuck in shield wall. Okay, time to pull back.
Our men have turned tail and run.
Right, the enemy pulls up. They're like, yes, finally, we beat them. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Now they all charge in against the general. But now my fresh troops are gonna storm in from the sides. Two spear units that still have quite a few men. Just gonna stay up there. So my plan to send in the cavalry didn't really work. But I don't think that's gonna matter too much. Once my swordmen actually get through here and start doing some good damage.
Making ready.
We're gonna see more and more enemy units routing. At this point, we're about to overtake them in terms of numbers. You're gonna see these guys are... Wait, these spearmen are actually not fatigued, or as fatigued as you would think, given how much they've been fighting.
Eager to fight.
Gonna use the ability. We're gonna definitely see some improvements here. See if I can get towards actually surrounding them. Got an enemy cavalry unit that got through. We don't like that. Gonna check their advance. clever of the AI there. Clearly not clever enough. Oh, it was the enemy general. Keep moving forwards. The enemy must be tired at this point.
The men have lost their nerve.
2 on 1, and there goes his head.
The men have lost their nerve.
Oh, so many of them. I think we'll soon be looking at a chain route here.
Strike now! Cavalry!
Lots of enemies pulling back. I wouldn't want a unit coming through this and moving back as all of these guys like, no! Fall back! It's over!
The enemy general is dead! General!
There we have it.
Strike now!
Give a good push now. Good push of my infantry. You can see the victory chance has turned quite substantially in my victory. I have about 1,400 men against their 500 at this point.
To battle!
You can see a lot of theirs. Oh, and now the battle ability. A lot of these are about to rout.
See, they flee before our might. Get them!
There we have it. It's basically over at this point.
Let's get out of here.
Horsemen! Hit hard! Archers a bit close.
Let's get the archers up here just in case. The battle is over. The Danes have lost. Godwin is dead. Some of his champions still fight though. Or they did. And now it's just a stampede to get over the bridge and just kill everyone. Did we throw someone in the river? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to zoom in on the carnage because the FPS just turned to absolute shit once I got close to this. But as we can see, there's quite the massacre. And now it's a stampede all the way back to the town which they control. At this point, there's still 300 enemies. Still 300 enemies somewhere. It's going to be mostly down to the cavalry to chase down the enemy. But as we can see, the battle is over. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue chasing these guys down. And I'll meet you guys back on the campaign map. And here we have the statistics of the second battle. So the Wild Hawks were able to actually hold off the enemy, and we were able to more or less kill all of them. Out of the 4,000 men they were able to rally. Only 500 left the field. I don't know how many we took prisoner. Maybe I'll see that afterwards. Should be quite a lot of them. I'm quite surprised that even after the first battle, where I actually slew about 4,000 enemy Danish troops, that they were able to rally in this battle rally an army of 4,000 men when they lost 4,000 just a couple of hours earlier. But not a great day for the Danes, having lost around almost 8,000 men this day, we can see some of the units here. I'm not entirely sure which were the one that actually held the front line, but we can see this guy got 400 kills. Cavalry did a lot better this time around, but then again it wasn't such a desperate fight. And the archers did really well. As we can see, they were able to slay a lot of them, getting in that flank shot, but also firing on units that didn't have shields proved very effective. Anyways, I'll meet you back on the campaign map, shall I? Right, so back on the campaign map we can see that this army completely slew, except for this one archer. This army has 4 units left. This one has 2. This general actually managed to survive. Out of the 3 men that survived this, that unit, the general was 1. This army was completely annihilated. So really good, and I mean this army still has a fighting chance, or it still has quite a few men left, and as we can see we captured about almost 700 enemies, which I will be able to transfer into my rank, will increase unit replenishment by 16%. So as the next turn dawns, we'll have quite the advantage on our hand. Also note how much more food I get. I think I had 700 at the start of this video. Now it's up to 1,000. So quite a lot of food that no longer needs, or is no longer needed to feed people. So, all right. I'll catch you at the end of the turn, shall I? And here we have it, the end of the turn, or the start of my turn, I should say. So we've got someone of the Danelaw killed. We've got another Danelaw guy killed, level 1, level 3, level 6. Another level 6, so 2 level 6 generals, 1 level 3 and 1 level 1. So 4 generals of the Danes have died. Another level 1, Håkon, Norwegian name. And we've got Vikings raiding the coastline. We've got some trains. They couldn't leave it be though. They couldn't leave the Borg Slayers be, and they actually had to continue that attack and completely kill those off. I will be able, of course, to lay the siege again, take this army, slay the small crappy armies over here. Just quickly go over what happened. So the armies that were laying siege to this town realized that that wasn't going to work, so they're in full retreat back towards the capital, it looks like. Yeah. Damn. These armies, I'm pretty sure it's actually, the town is actually in the way. And we'll have to walk out into the swamp, which is not great. So I'm contemplating going around, moving up here. Or maybe one army needs to go back and start to collect up all of this. But I think we'll have to move the king up. I do have 3 armies here. And the enemy's got, at this point, they've got 3 armies over here. I need to raise another army though, since I lost one. There's some stuff to be done. But we'll see what I have done in between this one and the next one. Since this one has been real long, I should really end it already. And yes, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.